Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Rambling just inside the margins. It's the Audience of One show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss spilling the tea, when being an intern really bites, and when a pizza party goes wrong. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the guy who took a 40-mile bike ride to NASA. It's Dick. I won't get a chip in my head. Schisler. Not gonna do it, huh? Not gonna allow him. I'm not gonna be controlled, brother. Not by anyone, not by the government, brother.
Yeah, I think there's a moment when it comes to medical devices, I'd be like, no.
That's good. That's good. I've been talking like Hulk Hogan all week. I can't stop. Like at the end of every sentence, I just want to say, brother, dinner's ready, kids. Come and get it.
Yeah.
That's my tribute to the late Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
I know. I'm still not over it. Because you know me, I was just such a huge WWE fan. Oh my gosh. I had the t-shirts. I had the little yellow shorts.
one thing that I'm surprised, like I was never really into Hulk Hogan, but how long his career was with Hulk Hogan.
You know,
he was just a personality.
Mm-hmm.
And the great ending to it was that Gawker thing.
Yeah.
Like if you read his history, like all this crazy stuff.
Or was that just a new chapter?
But then no, I'm saying like if you look at his entire career and his controversies and things like that.
Well, I have heard him say that he feels that he is more recognizable than, say, Tom Brady or even Michael Jordan. And I have to tend to agree with him. Maybe not more famous, but more recognizable.
Oh, yeah.
He said because, Tom Brady could probably walk into some tribe in Africa and not be recognized. They wouldn't know who he is. But they certainly know who Hulk Hogan is. And, of course, a lot of that has to do with the bandana and the get-up. But, yes, I think his career and or life did take a bit of a different path after Gawker. And if you don't know what we're talking about,
look it up. It's great.
Just look it up. I guess I can encapsulate. He was having relations with his friend's wife, and the husband was filming it. And then somehow this got out. And
I didn't know the husband was filming. I thought it was like a secret tape.
Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. Yeah, it's salacious, man.
Well,
but R.I.P. to Hulk and to his family who's listening. We send condolences.
Probably on Epstein's list.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, but he apparently sued and basically shut Gawker down. I don't know how much money he got from it personally, but I know Gawker was basically a dunzo after that. Or they were. I don't know. Well, did you have a good week, man? Or having a good week? We're recording extremely early because I'm traveling once again.
Yeah, you have been traveling a lot.
Yeah, and again, I know.
Had a brother time weekend. That was a lot of fun. We did nothing but spend time together.
Aw, brothers don't shake hands.
Brothers got a hug.
Brothers hug, man.
So it was great. It was a wonderful weekend, and I watched like the worst movie I've ever seen in a long time.
See, I almost have to say it right there. That's great that you got to spend time with your brother.
Yeah.
Sorry. The worst movie of all time. Okay. Yes.
It was The Old Guard 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Happy Gilmore 2.
You can't really say that's the worst movie because, I mean, it's a comedy. And I always feel about comedies like sometimes you hit a joke, sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that movie, I understood what was kind of happening.
So you watched Happy Gilmore 2?
Oh, yeah.
As did I.
With my brother.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I wasn't going to watch it. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you from whatever movie you just said it was, The Guard, Old Guard, or whatever. But Happy Gilmore 2 did come out over the weekend. I had no plans of watching it because I just thought this is going to be absolutely terrible. And a friend of mine watched it and said, brother, you got to watch this. And I said, no. He said, no, it's actually funny. So I gave it a shot, and I'm here to tell you, Happy Gilmore 2, it's okay. The cameos really is what made the movie. It was stupid. It had its funny moments. I laughed out loud several times. In the end, glad I watched it. What say you?
Oh, it was fine.
And that is Dick's complete review.
It was fine. Well,
Happy
it's
Gilmore
also
2.
one of those things where when you see the promotion of the movie, you're like, oh, this is just going to be a flashback movie. This isn't
Mhm.
going to be a
Mhm.
whole new story for Happy Gilmore.
Nope, it was a rehash, basically.
Yeah,
A lot
which
of
is
throwback.
fine.
Yeah, it was fine. And again, it's a slapstick comedy, stupid comedy at that. The people that are saying it's really bad, I kind of want to say, did you watch the first one? Because it was basically the same as the first one.
Yeah, but the
guys.
first one had, I don't know, I wouldn't say necessarily call it like a soul, but it had its own narrative. It had a story and it had its beats. This one was very strange, and it was like they just created stuff just to create stuff because I thought it was funny. But standalone, maybe it's funny, but as a part of a movie, you're like, what is going on?
They did use a lot of modern references, like with the split of the PGA Tour and Live and the new TGL golf league that's out there. So there were a lot of references or inferences to that. But again, the cameos, just so many of them, man.
Well, see, you know what? I took it.
Travis Kelce can act, by the way.
I took it a different.
Pretty good.
I took it a different way. I didn't really think it was the Live thing. I thought it was their stadium travel they're trying to build up.
Well, they've got that TGL golf thing now that's inside. They've got the greens that move and all that stuff.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it was.
Making
Well, it's a
fun of.
takeoff on both, really.
Is it?
I mean, I thought
because Live is actual golf, right?
It is actual golf, but it's a new league that's come in to sort of take away players from the PGA Tour, which is exactly what
but the TGL is more
Maxey was trying to do.
Well, I thought that's what Maxey is the TGL.
That's what I said. It's kind of a combination of both.
Because when they got to that moment in that movie, I was like, this is almost like they ran out of ideas, and they're like, hey, we got to shoot something for the next week.
We'll just use something that's actually going on in real life.
Well, probably my favorite thing from it. Have you ever seen Uncut Gems?
I have not, but I want to see it. I know
it's real. It's a tense movie. So if you like those kind of movies, you're like, it is a roller
show.
coaster.
It's not a movie. It's a show.
It's a movie.
Oh, I thought we were talking about a show.
But what's funny is the guy who was the Maxey guy, who was ridiculous. You know,
yes.
That's one of the directors of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, this is so weird seeing him because he usually does like weird, great, serious movies, and then here he is playing this fart mouth guy.
Yeah, that he was.
And it was like, what is going on here? But hey, he's got some comedy chops. Props to comedy is hard, man.
It is. And some of those golfers were proving that acting is hard too.
Like which ones?
Just about all of them could not really act. Although Jack Nicklaus, he's not too bad, man.
And Scheffler
was okay, you know. John Daly was all right, you know, but they're not actors; they're golfers.
That's so true.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad you watched it. I was wondering if you had dipped your toe into the Happy Gilmore 2. So what is this other movie you said is the worst movie you've ever seen?
Recently. Old Guard 2.
Old Guard
It's a Netflix movie.
2.
The Old Guard first one was really cool because it's about immortal people, and you know, there's a lot of cool action. But then the second one, I was sitting there, I had to like pay attention because the next scene I'd be like, what just happened? Like, what are we talking about? You're talking about a war. Where's this war? I just see like 10 people on a stage just trying to act. And I don't really understand the whole movie. I had no idea.
Having not seen either, I can't comment.
There was definitely a moment with my brother. I look over at him and I go, I feel stupid because I don't understand what's happening in an action movie. Usually action movies are like,
we've dumbed it down
it's
enough.
pretty straightforward. And then I'm sitting there like, no, I feel like I fell asleep and I missed 45 minutes of the movie.
Right.
And that happened about 6 times. And so I was like, I feel so stupid right now. Like, I wish I understood what they were saying.
Well, I won't put that one on my must-see list then.
Yeah.
Dick, I have a question for you. When is the last time you went out onto or into the lake? Let's just say Lake Conroe to keep it simple.
I actually never been on Lake Conroe.
Really?
But I've been on our lake that I live behind.
Right, your own personal Lake Schisler, Lake Schisler.
Yeah, I've been on that.
Well, I had an opportunity to do so this weekend, and I passed on it. I just had some stuff to do around the house, you know, like yelling at neighbors or maybe slingshotting some rocks through the windows in the neighbors' houses, something like that. But, man, I think also my time to get into the lake has kind of passed me by. Because I was out there eating lunch, you know, near the lake not too long ago, and you look down at that water, and I'm kind of like, looks like you might need to drop a few chlorine tablets in there, you know? And so I just don't really feel like hopping into lake water these days. But when I was a kid, it didn't bother me one bit. And I'm like, what there's probably some kind of amoeba in there. Something that's just waiting to just feast on my brain or something, get into
I'm surprised you even leave your
cavity
house.
of some sort. This is true. Scared of my own shadow. Yeah, man. So I'm thinking lake days gone. Now I'll get out on a boat, but I don't think I'm getting in that water anymore. And I was going to ask you if you're a lake guy, like, I'll jump in there, I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, I'll jump in anything.
Come on, amoebas, eat away.
Yeah, you only live once, dog. You know, I do have a funny story over the weekend. You know how you always have like a thing of toothpaste or deodorant and you're running low. And like, oh, I got to go to the store. Well, I was
assuming I use that stuff. Continue.
I was running into the issue with my toothpaste, and I was like, I got to have another thing of toothpaste in here. Well, I found a thing of fluoride toothpaste, and
as opposed to non-fluoride toothpaste?
That's what I was like. All right, this is good. And after like 5 times using it, it was different consistency. It was almost like it was from the dentist, and I was like, what is this? And so I started reading it. It literally says, do not use in replacement of toothpaste.
Oh, what is this?
It's basically, from when I looked it up, I was like, this is made by Colgate.
Medical grade?
Well, no, what it is, what it sounds like, what it looks like the purpose is when you need to reinforce your teeth with fluoride because the dentist said, hey, you need to add this to your rotation.
Yes, it's like teeth vitamins.
Yes, and it's also for sensitivity to help build like defensive against sensitivity, I guess. I don't really know. But it was funny to me that they would sell a product that isn't toothpaste, but it's looks and says it's like, oh, this is for brushing your teeth, but in small print, do not use as a replacement for toothpaste.
Yeah, it's kind of like emergency brake, do not ever use. Toothpaste, do not admit orally. What? Yeah, so now are you here to tell me what all side effects you have?
No, I'm here to tell you I haven't brushed my teeth technically in like 3 days. But I've been brushing it with something of extra fluoride.
The Maxi League will be calling you very soon.
No, I was sitting there. I was like, man, that's wild. So now I've got normal toothpaste now. But it's just funny. Keep an eye out for those gimmicks about brushing your teeth with Colgate. I got to look it up real quick. See exactly what it's called.
Well, in the meantime, I wanted to tell you about an observation that I had. Recently, there have been some green ribbons that have been placed around my neighborhood on streetlights.
Yeah, it's a preventive booster.
Preventive booster.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just lay off it, man. Just lay off it.
I mean, it didn't look like toothpaste. That's what the creepiest thing was.
But I still used it. Anyways, there's green ribbons all over my neighborhood. And my assumption is they were put up as sort of a remembrance for the tragic flooding that occurred in Central Texas.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It doesn't say, but the timing would suggest that is the case. But my question is, who's going to be the guy who goes around the neighborhood and takes them down? And how long do you leave them up, right? Because it's kind of a dicey situation if you think about it. We put it up there, everyone's remembering, yes, we're somber and sorrowful, whatever. A few weeks passes, and then the guy's like, all right, time to move on. And you're going to be the guy who goes and pulls those things down. You don't want to be that guy. That's a bad look, right?
Well, usually I imagine someone calls the city, and that's what they use as a complaint. It's like, hey, we were going to take these down, and after like 2 years, the city would be like, all right,
we're done remembering, man. It kind of reminds me of after 9/11. There were a lot of outpourings.
Yeah.
Like I think people were placing flowers and candles and all kinds of things, like at the base of buildings or even in front of the White House.
Well, think about the flags on the cars.
How long do you leave that stuff there? Because at some point we're like, all right, we got it. We got to move on. But you don't want to be that guy.
That's what I love about living around here is I still see trucks with like Trump flags and all, those gimmick flags. And and I'm thinking to myself, I go, how long do you keep that going?
Yeah, or the Trump 2020 stickers. I saw a lot of those for a long time.
And I'm like, okay, just keep it going, dude. Like,
you won, dude. Let it go.
I like it.
I don't know. I just think it takes a certain type of person to be like, I'll volunteer to remove the ribbons. Right?
It bothers you that much. Those things don't really bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. But I'm saying it's a look if you're the guy taking them down, though.
And this is going to sound terrible.
Never forget, guys. Never forget. But I'm just going to remove this.
So where my turn is off of a road is a memorial for someone that passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And they started putting lights on it. And the lights confuse you at night because you think it's a tern,
Oh no,
and it's not, because it's like bright blue, and then like it's just these weird.
that's a self-fulfilling prophecy if you think about it.
Well, no, I was sitting there going like, I wonder if you can complain about that, because it really does throw you off.
Sure.
And it's like there's a little white bicycle, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad, but I was like, you shouldn't be putting lights around that thing.
Yeah, just creating a distraction.
Yeah. It was really funny to me. I was like, oh, I feel bad.
Speaking of decor, I was driving around my neighborhood not too long ago. Actually, it was just this past weekend. And I saw what I believe to be Halloween decorations.
Okay.
Skeleton, got a little spider with some spider webs out. And I went, dude, it's July. But we're right in that gray area where it got me thinking, are they just really early? Or was this stuff left up all year? Because they're right in that gray area, man. Because, I mean, August is almost to the point where you go, all right, well, it is kind of getting back to school time. You kind of you can see Halloween on the horizon. But in July, you're still kind of shaking off 4th of July hangover. There's no need to put out a witch in your front yard. But yet this guy was rocking Halloween decor, man, in July.
I mean, I discovered this weekend visiting my brother that certain houses that are being built now, will have the option of pre-built-in lights.
Love it.
Because we drove
that was my idea like 10 years ago.
We drove by a house and it had green and blue lights.
Just change them as the season changes.
Yeah, not like Christmas lights. And I was like, is that not annoying when you're driving? Like, it's right. Your neighbor has these and the whole house
all the time.
The house is completely lit up through what I would call Christmas style lighting.
Right.
And he's like, oh, yeah, he just changes it depending on what the season is. And I was like, okay. Well, everyone can do whatever. You can do whatever you want with your house. I don't care.
Well, again, don't know if this guy's early or really late. All right, man, let's go ahead and kick off this show, buddy. You ready? Are you ready? Let the entertainment spectacular.
I thought I was ready.
It's playing in my mind right
clearly
now.
I'm not
Imagine
ready.
show music, everyone. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go.
Yeah.
T, an app, and just drop it in whenever, by the way. T, an app that allows women to post pictures of men they're dating for feedback, is going viral. T is now the #1 lifestyle app in the App Store with over 1 million women signing up over the past week. Dick, are you familiar or have you heard of the T app? And this is not the letter T. This is TEA, like the drink or spilling the tea.
Oh, this is great.
Marketed as an online dating safety app, T allows its users to post photos of men and ask others for tea. In other words, dirt or gossip on them, and it's gaining in popularity on TikTok, particularly among Gen Z users. And we know you don't know what Gen Z is, but we're just going to move on. Launched by founder Sean Cook after he witnessed his mother get catfished online, T's aims are noble. The app includes numerous positive reviews from women who have used it. However, experts point out, obviously, there are numerous issues with this. So basically, Dick, this is nothing new, right? We've had these forums and communities, Facebook pages where women will go out and put pictures of people such as yourself and say, danger, red flag, warning. This guy has a... He has a reptile, a ponytail, and a machete, or a sword, all in his apartment, and a photo of himself, red flags. But no, seriously, this is nothing new, but I guess this is a new app that can be downloaded, and it's just basically a new community page for women.
What amazes me about these kind of scenarios is I've never been in a place where I've dated so many women that I have to go on a website and be like, what do you think of this person? Is this person real? Is it, et cetera? And it's strange because now this is the norm. I
hope it's not becoming the norm, because I do feel for younger men in this demographic who are just out there trying to date, maybe normally, and you're just a normal guy and your picture ends up on one of these things unknowingly against your will, and people can really say whatever the hell they want. And that's the downside of this. Now, obviously, there's some good, noble upsides to it. You can filter out some bad guys, sex offenders. They can put all kinds of things to even make sure that you're a legitimate, real person. I get all that, but they could say any and everything. Maybe you just didn't match up well with some lady. Let's say the chemistry wasn't there in the bedroom, Dick.
Happens all the time.
All the time. So she decides to go in there and rail him,
but I
so
still
to speak.
I still get callbacks.
Somehow. Dead fish, but second date coming.
Yeah. All you gotta do is make them laugh, and every.
Yeah, what I think is interesting too is it has phone number lookups to help verify if someone has hidden marriage or concerning
See, that's what I'm
history
talking about.
with
It's like,
their phone number. So you can't get away with anything these days, guys. Careful
But
out
then
there.
I'm also new to the dating world, and it's been.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, my first.
You seem experienced to me at this point.
Well, it's just kind of like I get along with everybody, but I have met some people through the dating stuff where it is. I almost do want to get on an app and be like, "Hey, does anyone know who this is?" Because there's something not adding up.
Yeah, and now imagine if the roles were reversed. I can't imagine this getting green lighted by anyone, really. If guys out there ranking, so to speak, quote unquote, ladies. It does seem like a little bit of a double standard here that ladies could just go on there, post pictures of whomever, and say whatever.
But what are the odds
But
of
guys
knowing
doing that,
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised by the odds of knowing. Like, say I'm on the app and I look and I go, "Oh, I know that person."
Well, I think you and again, I'm not on this app because it is for women only, but I think you can put in regionalities and locations to sort of filter out, people from Taiwan.
Well, again, what are the odds though? Like, how many people are these guys dating or cheating or?
It could be anything. It could just be like, "Oh, I know that guy."
Yeah.
Oh, and a friend of mine said, or "Oh, I passed this guy in a bar once and he was a total
That's
creep."
my baby daddy.
Right. So again, you can see how dangerous this is. But Dick, I think you need to be aware of this because your face could soon be out there on.
No, I believe it.
The T.
I believe it, 100%.
Watch out for this guy. It is a little concerning, ma'am. A little concerning. It's like I said, the app is only available for women, and the app does use an identity verification process to ensure that only women are using this. So I don't know how long this is going to be around, but it's certainly popular right now. Speaking of women, a summer associate at Sidley Austin. This is a very prestigious law firm in New York, by the way, Dick. Began allegedly biting colleagues and roaring at them on her first day and was subsequently fired after the behavior continued for 2 effing weeks. Get this, man. You got a summer intern at a highly prestigious law firm in New York, comes in there on day one and starts roaring, whatever the hell that is. I guess that's what you think, like a lion, and biting people. Her name has not been publicly disclosed, but she's accused of biting at least 10 people. Other summer interns and associate lawyers and even a human resources rep. All right, man, I got to ask you a question. How many bites do you give someone before it becomes a problem?
That's just her love language, man.
I'm thinking 1, right? Or 0, really, because this says it went on for 2 weeks. If you're letting someone bite people across the company for 2 weeks, you're essentially an enabler, right? I mean, you're enabling this behavior. 1 bite, you're like, oh, that was kind of odd.
The report does say they're quoted some of the firm members saying it wasn't aggressive biting.
No, it was playful biting. Maybe that's why it went on. You know what? I just have a feeling this woman might be attractive because you are going to allow or give her a little more leeway.
Or the world of HR is so convoluted with stupid, don't do that, but we can't do anything about it kind of behavior.
Maybe so. Yeah, nothing can move fast.
And it's like, oh, he wears, a skirt to work. We can't really get mad at him for doing that.
Yeah, I just feel like if Big Jabba walks in there and starts
bulge is always out,
starts roaring and biting at me, I'm gonna be like, HR. But if she's a young, hot intern, you might give her a few bites before you go, all right, what's going on here? Just saying.
I would bite back.
Yeah, well, then you would end up on the T app, though.
Yeah, he's a biter.
I don't know, man. Very weird, though, that this went on. And she had the cojones to bite somebody in HR.
I would love to be one of those 10 people.
I bet you would. Why is that, Dick?
Because think about how random that is. Like, you make them laugh, and they're like,
So obviously this was going on,
like,
and people weren't reporting it. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't know if she did this like at a public meeting, or not public, but a meeting of multiple people where she just went around like Red Rover and basically or Duck Duck Goose and was biting people, or if this was one-on-one scenarios.
Oh, one-on-one.
And then like later you'd be like, hey man, something weird happened
Did
the
it
other day.
bite you?
Tina, like she bit me. It wasn't aggressive, but like she bit me, and you kind of go, well, she bit me too.
And then you're like, well, you didn't bite me.
Yeah, and then there's one guy going, man, she didn't bite me. This sucks.
Oh.
Well, yeah. So I don't know if they had to. Oops, did my mic just go out there?
No, you're good.
I don't know if they had to immediately let her go or have a stern talking to. But
No, they had to let her go, dude. After 10 people, that's...
But it wasn't aggressive.
Oh, that's her love
God,
language.
I love it.
But then again, that's a risk when you start biting people.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. The FBI, Dick, moving on, believes that thousands, and staying on this theme of the workplace, the FBI believes thousands of North Koreans have infiltrated the United States workforce by assuming the identities of Americans to secure remote jobs. This is a problem, Dick. Can't have any of them North Koreans coming in here stealing our jobs. Yes, many of them, investigators have found, are bound by a few defining characteristics, however, so they're a little easy to identify. The first characteristic, total devotion to dear leader Kim Jong-un. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good sign. Second characteristic, Dick, a penchant for stealing cryptocurrency. I don't know. New guy Dale over there, pretty good, solid coder, keeps his head down, stays out of trouble, doesn't bite anybody. But I think he tapped into my crypto wallet the other day and mumbled something about Kim Jong-un. I don't know. Seems fine, though. Very weird. But the third characteristic, Dick, and perhaps the most defining, is each one of these people tend to have an obsession with the Minions. Yes, the Minions cartoon, the yellow, bubbly-looking alien things from the movie. Apparently, they're using them as their avatar in many cases. And you know how this is. This is my opinion on this. With everything being so locked down over there in North Korea, that not many things getting through, I wonder if the Minions was one of these things that the dear leader allowed, and so people just watch it over and over and over and become obsessed with it.
I'm still trying to figure out how this started with the FBI.
Well, I think you have some weird behavior, and it's like anything else. After 10 bites, you call HR.
Well, they're saying that there was actual theft with a couple users because they would get jobs, and then they would get their way in, and then they would, like this one said that they tried to steal more than $62 million from a cryptocurrency project. And I don't even understand that world, but see, that's I guess when the FBI gets involved, when
crypto becomes
someone's trying to get that money, and then they're like, "Who's this person?" Oh, it's a North Korean. Well, we have like 10 reports of North Koreans doing this,
right?
But
and they keep babbling about their dear leader and walking around in a Minion costume.
I do like the idea,
refusing to turn their camera on.
I do like the idea of solving the case when you see the Despicable Me Minion connection. They're like, "Oh,
ding,
we got him. We got him. This is definitely a North Korean." And then you got that poor South Korean who he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's doing fun. Don't confuse me.
Oh yeah,
we just share a border. That's it. Yeah, it's just pretty odd. I just wonder now if they're going to change the game up a little bit now that this has been busted, right? And it's out in the open. Or does this report not make it back over to North Korea because, well, it's getting scrubbed? I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
I like it.
Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Services. No, not our Montgomery, Texas Fire Department here. This would be Montgomery County, Maryland. Issued an apology following an incident involving water discharge. Dick, have you ever had to offer an apology after an incident of water discharge?
Yeah, all the time.
An accidental oopsie, perhaps?
Yeah, when you got the water gun in your hand, you start spraying everybody that moves.
Well, they had to have an apology after said water discharge near a fire station and a community baseball field, which led to the cancellation of a scheduled game. Well, what happened, apparently, is there is a baseball field right next to a fire department. And a high school team was playing, and somebody hit a dinger. Ball goes over the fence, hits this man's personal truck. He gets pissed off, goes and turns the fire hose on, and just starts soaking the entire field. So they had to cancel the game. A water discharge incident. Oh my God. I don't think this is an appropriate way to handle the situation, Dick. One of our players heard someone from the firehouse say, "Hey, watch out. We don't want to get you wet." And he said, "I'm going to shoot the water onto the field." Probably 2 minutes later, all we saw was a massive stream of water, basically shooting directly into center field. The Thunderbolts outfielder said.
There you go. But I bet that happens quite often.
I don't think so, Dick. No.
People hit home runs and then they accidentally hit cars.
Now, that does happen. I've seen videos of that. And I mean, look, why would you park your truck right next to it? Unless he doesn't have a choice. And I wonder if this isn't the first time this has probably happened.
Yeah.
And I would say if it's a little league game, it's probably okay. But once you get up to high school, they do have the ability to hit the long ball. Chicks dig the long ball, by the way, Dick. So anyways, I just thought this guy was funny.
That's really funny.
Last story here before the break. A woman who was arrested at Dallas Love Field Airport earlier this week was intoxicated. Shocker. And told police there was a bomb in her bag, according to the arrest affidavit. The Dallas Police Department Love Field unit got the call about the threat on Tuesday. That would be last Tuesday, I suppose. The woman, Rebecca Phillips, was on a flight from Dallas to Orlando. The affidavit said that Phillips, who is 67 years old, seems a little old to be intoxicated on a flight, was escorted off the flight due to her intoxicated state. But here's where it gets interesting. While being escorted off, Phillips said she needed to get her bag off the plane. And they said, "No, we give you the bag once you get to your destination. You just need to get off this plane right now." She says, "Well, there's a bomb in it. How about that? Can I have it now? Can I take it with me now? There's a bomb on it." And they said, "You're going to jail." And not only this, they had to evacuate the entire terminal because they take those threats seriously.
Yeah.
They had to shut down the Chili's too, and somebody had to leave, the Hudson newsstand as they were trying to get their dirty mag for the next flight. Out. Caused a 3-hour delay, all because this woman was like, "I got a bomb on the, give me my bag." They don't mess around with that stuff.
See, I will say I have been intoxicated before.
Nuh-uh.
And I've never had the urge to say that.
Well, there is a picture of her if you want to show the onesies.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, is it? It should be down in that article. She does appear to look like someone who might be intoxicated on an airplane. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say things like that, as I too have been intoxicated on an airplane, I suppose. All right, it's a good time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to discuss putting your nose in other people's business right here on the Audience of One show. Stick around, guys.
Thank you for your interest in the Audience of One show. Hi, I'm Jen, and I've been hired on a very temporary basis to speak on behalf of the Audience of One show. The AOO show has gotten a lot of questions over the past few days, and I want to answer the most common ones. Yes, the Audience of One show is the best place for auditory excellence and verbal throughput, unifying the experience of both laughter and secondhand embarrassment while combining entertainment pipelines at scale. We are thrilled that so many of you have a newfound interest in radio and podcasting. As for the other questions we have received, yes, there is still room for more onesies to join the AOO team and listen weekly, starting today. But for now, we will be returning to what we do best, delivering mildly entertaining, if not somewhat cringe amateur radio. Thank you for your interest in the Audience of One show.
I want to say a special shout out to Jen, the official spokesperson of Audience of One show.
In a very temporary fashion, though.
Yes, temporary.
I'm glad she stepped up, though.
Yeah, it's good. Short notice. We needed to make that announcement. Very, very vital to our onesies. And welcome back to the second part of Audience of One. Here every Friday at 10 a.m. Always send your funny articles to us at audienceofoneshow@gmail.com or Facebook. Just look up Audience of One Show. And make sure to subscribe to our podcast. You can subscribe to Lone Star's YouTube channel. We appreciate it. And you also donate.
I subscribe to that channel myself.
Ugh.
I subscribe to the IR Lone Star YouTube channel.
Good.
Some good stuff on there, man.
Some occasionally.
Occasionally. Especially that Fridays at 10 a.m. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
know what I'm saying, brother?
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're That was a good first half.
It's okay.
We're ready for the second half.
It's all right. I feel like we could do better. Dick, I think, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a mid-show grade. Grade yourself on your performance of this episode so far.
Well, I only fell asleep once.
Okay.
So I give it a B.
I kind of feel like I went 9 for 17 from the field, scored 24 points, but at the end of the game, I'm going to miss the game-winning three-pointer.
Yeah.
Maybe have 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Pretty solid stat line, but when it really counts, I'm just going to clank one off the back of the iron. But we'll see. Maybe, you never know. I might come through in the clutch here, baby. You never know. Dick, doing this show...
You know it's funny?
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, I don't know if you saw the article, but during a WNBA game...
Yes. That would be the Women's National Basketball Association.
Apparently, one of the players lost their wig.
Yes, I did see this.
And then fans started making fun of her.
Uh-huh.
And they got kicked out.
They did. I'm not sure I agree with that necessarily, but whatever. I do think it's a comedic moment. And also pretty bold to wear a wig in an NBA game. I guess that's more common than I thought. Because you would think they get pulled on, the chances of that happening, pretty...
Well, I mean, it's
they're higher than zero.
It's an interesting scenario to be in because it doesn't happen every day.
No, it'd be better if it did, though.
And
the league would be a better place.
I guess. But then again, what's hilarious is they didn't really say what they were saying to make fun of her.
Yeah, undisclosed.
And I'll never forget, in high school, we used to go to like all the games for everybody. And you know, when in high school, most of the time when you go see a basketball game, they match up all the basketball teams. So in my case, like the women's team was playing at like 4, and the men's team
tournament. It was probably a tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget one time we went, and there was this young lady who had 6 fingers, like 3 on each hand. And there was
6 total.
6 total.
Okay.
And there was this dude in the stands just yelling, "Let's go, 6-shooter!" And I was sitting there thinking the entire time, I was like, you know, is he making fun of her? Because he's cheering her on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, nice shot, Sixer. And I was like, but it went on for the entire game.
Terrible.
And I'm, you know,
this is a young girl too. Oh, yeah, probably 15, 16 years old.
I'm sitting there and she was killing it too. And I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this because he's not saying you suck. Like, he's cheering her on. So that might be a brother. That might be, you know.
Highly doubt it. But although, can you tell that someone only has a couple of fingers missing from up in the stands?
Yeah.
It's easy to see.
We're talking about high school here. We're not talking about like an 80,000 person arena.
I don't know. I just don't know that I'd be able to tell if someone's missing a digit from the stands.
When someone says 6-shooter, you got it. I'm like, why does he keep saying 6-shooter? Like, you can only make 3 points. Like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh, let me look at her.
She's over there.
Makes sense. She's got 6 fingers.
Draining logo threes with 6 fingers, man. It's awesome.
But yeah, that when I saw that article about the woman's wig falling off and then the fans get kicked out, it's one of those things. That's one thing I love about professional sports, because you can really get kicked out for anything. Because like I learned in the MLB, if you catch the ball over the rail or interfering with the player, like you get automatically ejected.
Bartman. That's right.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
Because that one Houston guy got famous for it because he's never been to a Houston game, and he got all excited and gave the ball to his son and didn't realize that was against the rules.
That was recently, I believe.
Yeah. I think it was last season or 2 seasons ago. But now he became like a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Because his just enthusiasm, being all excited about baseball, never been to a baseball game, always wanted to take his son.
To me, that is not the fault of the fan. That's the fault of the designers of the stadium. I'm sorry. Like, to me, if I can reach out and interfere with the game and still be in my seat, that's a flaw. I'm sorry. Fix it.
Maybe.
Fix it.
Maybe.
Or you can do like the Savannah Bananas do and incorporate the fans into the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't happen all the time. Because I think there's this season that happened with like either the Yankees or something. Some guy actually tried to take the ball out of the hand. Like the player caught it.
No one will see that.
They
were kind of wrestling.
And they're like,
yeah, that'll get you banned.
You get banned for a lot of things, and I never do that about baseball. It's like, damn, that's hardcore because you see the ball coming at you. Most people
it's instinctual too to put your hands out or up. Yeah. So like I said, I don't fault the fans. Can happen to any of us.
I have caught a baseball though at a baseball game.
I kind of have.
I threw it back though.
Did you know? Oh,
Yeah.
so it was an opposing
Yeah,
player?
I was like
one of them icky
I just
Texas
did this,
Rangers?
and
Ew.
what I did, I just did the I didn't even throw it. I go, yeah.
Oh, you backhanded it.
I was like, no,
like a
we
little
don't want
bee.
that. We don't want that. Get that out of here.
Yeah, I caught one, but I don't know that it really counts. It was like in between innings as the player is jogging off and he tosses it, kind of over the dugout because I
Yeah.
had really good seats at that point, and I caught it. But what was really funny is there were a row of kids right in front of me that were just, asking for the ball. It went right over their head and right into my hands.
And you didn't give it to the kids?
I threw the biggest fit, man. I was like, yeah, acted so super excited as the kid right in front of me put his head down and kind of looked all slumped. And I kind of handed it to him.
All
Yeah,
right.
of course, I didn't need the ball, but I was hoping that maybe I would get on ESPN at the time. Like, look at this jackass. Oh, stealing the ball from the kids.
No, the best is the beer guys.
in
There's
what
actually a
way?
compilation of that.
A beer guy's getting hit.
Well, like there's a guy who caught a ball in his beer.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Or holding his beer.
Holding his beer
Yeah,
while
mhm.
catching it, or holding the baby while catching it.
Seen that. Yeah.
And I think there was even a combo one where he caught the ball in the beer cup while holding the baby.
How many arms and fingers does this guy have?
I mean, he did it.
6-shooter.
Yeah, there you go.
I really feel like doing this show, Dick, has completely screwed up my social media algorithm. Seems like over the past few years, because I do research for this show, as you know, to find interesting articles, and I think it has really screwed up my algorithm. Like, it seems like now all I get are like ads for comedy underwear, LED lights, and compacting toilets, or composting toilets.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. Like, where did all this stuff come from? Oh, yeah.
That's me.
The audience of one.
Always gotta look up a good pooper.
Right?
What's funny is I sent that article from last week's show about the ejaculating
Whoa,
bees,
yes. Uh-huh.
that scientific phenomenon. It's a real thing, and
Very scientific,
Every
yes.
one of my friends was now going like, every time I see a bee, that's all I'm going to think about, and I'm like, yeah, because you kind of want to see if it's real or not, and there we go.
Well,
Check out last week's episode.
The same listener sent me yet another story that I neglected to put on the run sheet, but I'm going to cover it now.
Oh, wonderful.
Before mating, male giraffes headbutt the females in the bladder until they pee.
Dude, are you serious?
That's what it says. It says it starts with a forceful nudge to the female's lower belly, prompting her to urinate.
Wow.
The male then tastes the urine to check hormone levels and determine if she's ovulating.
Do you think
Nothing says romantic than that.
Do you think when we were cavemen, we had like a similar system where we could tell when like the women are ready to breed?
I think it was the exact same system.
You think the headbutting in the bladder?
You just said cavemen, so I mean, how different could it really have been?
Yeah, I always wondered that.
Yeah, it says the practice might sound bizarre, but
It
this
does.
ritual is all about reproductive timing. So you don't want
that's
you
what I'm
don't
saying.
want to waste any of your agreement, man. You want to make sure that it's getting in there and doing its job, and the only way to tell is to taste a little bit of that tinkle. Just saying. In the animal kingdom, strange behaviors often serve as practical biological purpose. And in this case, P tells the male everything he needs to know. So thank you, listener Austin. Once again, he's hot. Staying
Oh,
hot.
yeah. Can you send me that article, please? Because I like to keep those ones.
I will. So again, onesies, if you have anything to send in and submit, please do so right here to the audience of one show at gmail.com.
Yeah, I love it. I wonder if there's any other bizarre mating rituals. Because that to me is... that makes perfect sense to me, the draft thing.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, in a weird sort of
Like it makes
biological way, it does actually make some sense. And some sense.
I wonder if there's videos of the giraffe tasting the urine and be like, nope.
Yeah, nope. Let's taste like this one got into an onion patch.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Come back again next week.
We'll shout to Austin.
Dick, do you think if you had ever decided to go by another name other than Dick, and I'm not sure at what age you adopted this moniker, would you be a different person? How different would your life be, right? Like, in other words, the fact that you've called yourself Dick has altered your life and your career path in some way, perhaps negatively, maybe positively. I don't know. Like if you weren't called Dick and you went by Richard, would you be a Navy SEAL right now? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what was holding me back, was Richard. Now, I don't know, because Richard itself is already kind of a unique name.
Richard.
I only know a handful of Richards.
I
And
think
most
you're,
of them are my
think you're the only one I
relatives.
know. Yeah, that's my dad.
yeah. And then
Grandpa. Yeah.
and Dick, I love using the name Dick because
Okay, you almost just said,
I love Dick.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
You know what? I do too.
I really
You, buddy, you.
people remember it, and it's easy to spell. I like that. It's short and sweet. And then it works out in the long run. Like I've never been in a situation, because a lot of people do tell me I fit the name, and that's always an interesting conversation starter.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not sure that was a compliment.
Yeah, and it's okay, but it gives me more freedom to actually be a mean person. I'm like, what you gonna do? My name's Dick. And then
I tried to tell you.
but there was one guy.
It has to have had some kind of effect.
There was
though.
one guy always introduced me. He's like, "Hey, his name's Dick, but he's not a dick." Okay, like he has to clarify that before. And I'm like, "Thanks, man."
Thanks,
When
I
he-
think.
Yeah, but no, if I was named like Joe,
Solid.
I'd be a garbage person anyway. I'd still be a garbage person.
What is that supposed to mean? Shout out to all the Joes out there.
Well, no, I'm saying I'd be the exact same person.
So you're a garbage
I'm already
person
a
now. I
garbage
thought you meant
person.
like a garbage man.
Oh,
An
no,
actual physical
no.
garbage man. Shout out to all our sanitation workers, by the way,
Yeah.
that are listening on their route right now.
You think they're tasting urine?
Only if they're
This-
trying to
this
mate
one
with
was-
a giraffe.
Yeah. You know,
What happens if he, like the first time he hits, boom, no pee. Boom, second time. Do you think he just keeps freaking hitting until
I
something
don't
dribbles
know.
out of
That's
there?
what I'm saying. Like that.
I just went.
Yeah, that whole
ain't got nothing.
scenario asked me. I got a lot of questions with that, because it's like, do you stalk the giraffe, waiting for them like to drink water, and then
It
it's
would
like,
be a lot easier if you just kind of followed them around and let them do it naturally. You don't have to be a dick about it and smack them in the bladder.
and they're smacking with their heads.
Oh yeah, and those things are violent. If you've ever seen a giraffe
they're great.
fight, it is pretty wicked, man.
It's one of those things where it should be legal.
And the thing is, their necks are so long. It's like, how do you not see that swing coming? They wind up.
I've been scared by a giraffe before. I've been scared by one. Yeah.
You can see him coming a mile away. Dude, duck.
Well, Abilene had a zoo, and I was with my cousins.
This is gonna be great.
Like kids, they called me and they were like, "Hey, we're going to the zoo. Do you want to come chaperone with the?"
God, I would love
the
to see you at
school?"
a zoo.
And I had a great time. But
I bet you
we're
did.
going over the bridge, and all of a sudden, like I just kind of leaned on it, and I was chatting, and I had one of the baby carriages.
No baby in it, just oddly
No,
carrying a stroller.
Actually, there was 3 babies in it.
Oh
It's
my
one of
God.
she has 8 kids.
Okay.
But then that's why she asked for help. And all of a sudden, something brushed on my shoulder. And I'm like, what the hell? And then it was a giraffe.
Ooh, was it his tongue? Or
It was his face. Like, he just went like that, because I guess they feed at that point of the bridge.
He was looking for your bladder.
Looking for you. Dude. But it scared. I was like, what is that? What is that?
You don't realize how large some of these animals are
and you
until
just see
you
the
are
head.
right there on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was on a bridge. So I thought I was already high up. I'm like, not high enough.
Not
Jesus.
high enough.
But, yeah.
Interesting.
I almost slapped the giraffe.
I bet you didn't.
that immediate reaction. What the
Get out of my face.
thought it was a fly. No, it wasn't. It was a 1,000-pound giraffe.
Maybe that's what monkeys are doing when they throw poo at us, is trying to signal whether or not
They're ready.
they're ready for mating.
See, again, that would make sense to me. I'd be like, whatever's possible.
In some weird animal world.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Austin, for giving us that piece
2
of
weeks in a
information.
row. Stay hot, Austin. The term JOMO, I don't know if you're familiar with this,
No.
was coined as a natural counterbalance to FOMO, which I'm sure you do know what FOMO
Fear
is.
of missing out.
That's right. A phrase that gained widespread popularity in the early 2010s. Is that how you say that?
I have no idea.
On social media, blah, blah, blah. FOMO refers to the anxious feeling people get when they believe others are having rewarding experiences from which they are absent. That's what I hear people that don't listen to this show 1 week get.
They get JOMO?
They get FOMO. In contrast, JOMO stands for the joy of missing out. And this is the deliberate pleasure and contentment found in stepping back, unplugging, and not participating in everything. In other words, living a very Schistler-esque existence.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm on the Epstein list. JOMO.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see.
I just think it's funny. This is funny because this is something that probably has been recommended to people for decades in some form or fashion by psychologists, doctors,
Yeah.
people who are stressed out, but now we have to call it JOMO.
I like it.
It says the exact origin of the term is somewhat nebulous, but it gained traction through social media conversations and lifestyle bloggers, which, by the way, we have too many of those, and self-promoted self-care, mindfulness, and digital detoxes. It also resonated with the growing movement towards minimalism, intentional living, and mental health awareness.
I believe it, because probably one of my greatest JOMOs that I've had
I was going to ask you.
was I don't have to drive in traffic
Oh, yeah.
ever.
Somehow you
Somehow
skirt it every time, huh?
Well, I mean, on my day-to-day driving, I don't take any highway. And the only time I would say it's bad is
Does
if
that fall into
school.
JOMO? I mean, I guess it could
Well,
be.
I mean, to me, every time someone says, "Oh, it took me," I was on 45, and some lady parked her lawn chair and had a gun and was just hanging out in the middle of 45. I'm
Which
like,
did happen.
I was like, JOMO.
But I think that doesn't count because I don't know that people are going, man, I really enjoyed taking 45 the other day. And I really enjoyed driving past that lady with the rifle and being in the stressful situation. And you go, yeah, you know what? I just don't miss that at all. So I don't know that it quite applies there. It would have to be something that others are saying they really enjoy. And you say, you know what?
It's like the Kardashians.
It's not for me. Yeah. You mean watching the show
Yeah.
or enjoying their company?
Just like being into the Kardashians.
Okay.
Because at one point, people were into the Kardashians.
Lots of people were into them.
Yeah.
Including Ray J.
And I had no FOMO.
You had no FOMO,
No
did you?
FOMO. I had JOMO.
I would categorize that as a characteristic I had with the Kardashians as well. I joked myself up there with that joke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I wish I
So
was
did
in that
Ray J.
video. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he was trying to figure.
Yeah, he's trying to figure it out, man. He hit the bladder a couple
I was
times.
gonna say there are some jokes we could do.
We got
here.
it. We got it. No, but no,
Oh,
that's the only
man.
thing I can think of is even if it's pop culture. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, for me-
as a guy, it's kind of strange because like girls are more trendy, especially like with fashion and things like that. I can see them saying like, "I got a lot of Joe Mobies. I didn't get into this style of fashion." Or
Did you say Joe Movies?
no, I didn't.
I thought you said Joe Movies.
But as guys, I mean,
Yeah, for me, I think a lot of it is
I don't really.
popular television shows that I
Yeah.
just never really got into, and people are like, "Oh man, you got to watch this. Severance is great." I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I have no problem not watching it. It's okay." You know, that type. So I think it's basically the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, brother. Sorry, guys. Sorry, onesies. That will be the last time, I hope, for this episode, anyways. A photo of Chuck E. Cheese, right? Of a Chuck E. Cheese employee being escorted out of a Tallahassee, Florida location in handcuffs has gone viral. Why? Because the dude was in the Chuck E. Cheese costume and he got busted while at work. The Tallahassee Police Department officers are seen in a photo that is spread across social media, arresting the man donning the mouse costume. Apparently, this dude was arrested on credit card fraud.
Oh wow.
And they figured, well, we know one place he's going to be at work. Let's bust him there. Does seem a bit strange. Couldn't they wait till after his shift and not traumatizing the children as they see Chuck E. Cheese getting cuffed and stuffed?
You know, it's funny that topic has come up recently because of that airplane pilot. Did you hear that story?
I don't believe that I have.
Well, there's a pilot that apparently was doing some child porn stuff, and they
Delta Airlines pilot got arrested 2 days ago.
But
you're talking about,
yeah,
or a few
yeah.
days ago. Mhm.
but it was like they rushed the cockpit when
They
it
did.
landed.
Yep.
So everyone who's still on the plane
It was
just
like,
saw all
whoa,
this
what's
chaos.
going on? Yeah, I guess they got to set an example.
Yeah.
Yep,
and
I did hear about that.
People were kind of like, why would they do that? Why blah, blah, blah.
Well, they know where he's at. He can't get out of the cockpit, can't run.
Well, that's why I was wondering if there's got to be a set protocol for making arrests, and there is the chance of someone else getting injured because of the arrest.
Possibly, yes, you're right.
So the costume thing's really funny to me because that's what they told the arresting officers.
He's going to be dressed up.
He's going to be dressed up
like
as
Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah, which one is he? He's the big effing gray mouse in the corner on the stage over there. I see him. I got eyes on him. I got eyes on the perp.
Yeah. And so that's really funny to me.
Well, this guy, his name was Jerome Jones, and he was 41 years old. Dick, at what age does it become inappropriate to be Chuck E. Cheese? I'm not sure I have an answer, but 41 seems like that's the Mendoza line of how you should not be dressing up and participating at Chuck E. Cheese. Just going to throw that out.
Well, no, it's funny because I actually learned that the mascots have a Hall of Fame.
Okay, yes. I don't know that Chuck E. Cheese, is he considered a mascot?
Well, I imagine he is.
I mean, I guess so. But when I think of mascot, I think of sports and sports only.
True.
But I could be wrong. So is he on the Mount Rushmore of mascots? Are you going to tell me?
I'm looking it up. I don't think I'm looking at the Mascot Hall of Fame right now. Because the reason I brought this up.
Yes, please tell me. I'm curious.
Lucille got inducted this year.
Lucille.
Yeah, Lucille's the Giants mascot. And
since that didn't even come to my mind, I don't think that that's a good mascot.
Well, here,
in my opinion.
I know a lot of people don't recognize Lucille.
Lucille looks a lot like,
but apparently,
Chuck E.
in the mascot world, this guy, this particular man, created Lucille.
Okay, all right.
So he owns Lucille.
Oh.
And
monetizing it, is he?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of amazing.
I didn't realize. I just figured it would be owned by the team. I wonder if he was a super fan and then just the team sort of adopted it, and because of that,
class of 2024.
Huh. Well, way to go, Lucille.
He's born in July 25th, 1996.
So, Dick, I got to ask you though, if you're like dating a woman,
I like the description. Seal.
That's pretty good. If you're dating a woman, how many dates in before you tell her you're Chuck E. Cheese?
I'll tell her immediately.
Yeah, see what her reaction is. Because if she's into it, keep her.
Well, I mean, because I imagine most women want to know all the stupid, boring parts of your life immediately because that's how they judge everybody. So it's like, you just get that. That's what I do. I get it out of the way. I'm like, this is what I do. Not who I am, though.
I want you to see me and all of me.
Yeah.
Where's your bladder? I don't know. I just figured that if I was a 41-year-old dressed up as Chuck E. Cheese, I might wait till the third date before I say anything.
No.
I don't know. Just
I have no judgment on those guys. We're doing those jobs. It's a job.
Yeah. You know, much like the guy who was arrested in the capybara costume delivering a Valentine's Day song. Remember we talked about this back in February? And I said, you know, it does suck to get arrested, but it's even worse to get arrested in a capybara costume.
Mm-hmm.
Here's this guy in a Chuck E. Cheese. I think we need to just start putting our criminals in costumes. It might help quell crime rates. AOO, always thinking, man. As you get arrested, put the...
Is this another recurring theme
on
the
the mask?
People getting arrested while wearing a costume?
No, but this next story certainly is, because I believe you are the one who brought this off-run sheet story to the airwaves last year. Sex offender allegedly sniffed a woman's buttocks at a Burbank store. Again.
Yeah.
It's the same guy. A registered sex offender was arrested earlier this week in Burbank after he sniffed a woman's rear end, according to police. Officers were dispatched to a Nordstrom Rack, which, by the way, if you're going to sniff some booties, Nordstrom Rack's probably a pretty good place to do it. After a report of someone loitering in the women's department. Their investigation led them to a nearby Walmart, where they used the store's surveillance system to track a man following in a female customer, according to the release. The officers watched as the suspect followed the woman, crouched down behind her, and engaged in, quote, lewd behavior by inappropriately sniffing her buttocks. Dick, I don't understand this behavior. What is the payoff? What is this guy trying to get? What is he trying to?
I think this is one of those moments, Andrew, that you don't need to ask the question.
Oh, I think I need to ask the question.
I think it is just, it's one of those things he likes to do.
Now,
and
I want you to show a picture of this man.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a picture. Unfortunately, he's innocent until proven guilty in my eyes. So this is just he's. Now, Dick, what's the first thing that pops out at you there about the Khalees Karen Crowder?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Doesn't look like a butt sniffer to me.
Doesn't. I don't know. Just to me, it seems like a guy who'd probably hear the women coming a mile away. Just gonna say that. But ladies, if you see this man, just be aware, cover up. You never know.
Well, see, what's really funny to me is this is the second time he's gotten caught.
Yeah,
And,
shame on you,
and his
dude.
victims had probably been told that.
I don't know. Do you think do they care? I don't care.
I mean, I imagine they read
before.
this article and they're like, "Oh, that's what that guy was doing. Did he sniff my butt?"
I mean,
you don't think that would go across your mind if?
No, I mean, I think right? I mean, you turn around. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, I just dropped my credit card again.
Was that the?
I mean, that's the move I would employ.
Oh man, do you think he admitted sniffing the butt, or they caught him?
I mean, they caught him, and this is the second time. So at this point, they know his tactics. They're on to him.
Yeah. See, again, this is the beauty of the internet. I'm surprised this guy hasn't figured out to go on the weirdo apps and be like, "Hey, I want to pay a woman to sniff your fart."
Yeah, you don't have to get in trouble for it. It's all legal.
It's not even. They're not even farting. It's just a butt.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all above board. If you just ask someone,
That's
"Can I do
wild.
this?" Because there will be somebody who obliges.
Yeah.
But you showed me the video the first time, the surveillance camera. I think he was working in some like a jewelry store or something. He just walked right up.
He does the neck turn.
Look at that one. I'll put him on to that one. All right, Dick, it is time for the quick hit here at the end of the show.
Okay,
Sad
I'm
to
ready.
say we have arrived to the end of the show. Dick, do you know who Walter Frederick Morrison is?
No.
Well, he died February 9th of 2010, so R.I.P. to Mr. Morrison, but he was an American inventor, an entrepreneur who invented the Frisbee.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Morrison stated that the original idea for a flying disc toy came to him in 1937 while throwing a popcorn lid with his girlfriend, Lucille. Look at that. It all comes full circle.
around.
Yeah. Whom he later married, by the way. The popcorn lid soon dented, which led to the discovery that cake pans flew even better and were more common. Sounds like this guy was just looking for objects to throw at old Lou there, but anyways. A year later, Morrison and Lou were offered 25 cents, which is the equivalent to $6 in 2024 money, for a cake pan that they tossed back and forth at a Santa Monica beach. That's what they're just out there tossing it back and forth, and someone said, "Hey man, I'll give you 6 cents for that, or 25 cents." And they said, "Sure, give them the idea. Maybe we should market and sell these flying cake pans on the beaches of Los Angeles," which is exactly what they did. And of course, the rest is history. Interesting note about him, though, he was a P-47 Thunderbolt pilot in Italy and had 58 flying missions, and he was shot down as a prisoner of war for 48 days in Germany.
No, what's really...
The man has quite a life.
Yeah, what's funny to me is the names they chose to call this device. So he invented it. He sketched the design called the Whirlaway. That was the first flying disc. And then he started molding it. And then they changed the name to Pluto Platter. And he sold the Pluto Platter to the Whammo Company. And then the Whammo Company changed the name to Frisbee.
Because that makes sense.
Because the Whammo Company saw that college students were calling it the Frisbee.
I wonder who came up with that. That's the person I'd really like to meet. Because to be honest with you, I'm not so much sure that this guy, even though he is still going to be our onesie of the week, invented the Frisbee. All he was doing was throwing around cake pans, man.
Well, I think what he's technically...
Is that really inventing anything?
No, I think technically what he's the first one to do a plastic one. Because, I mean, they always had the discus in the Olympics and things like that. So that was already in existence. But this was a safer... And then he's the one that kind of mass-produced it on his own. They even say that. Like, after him and his first partner didn't sell any, he found out he can make them himself and sell them at fairs. And then it picked up. So I a lot of kudos to this guy.
Yeah,
That's
there's
funny.
a picture of him there. He's wearing something on top of his head. It looks like a
Well,
spacesuit.
Well, it's called the
which is great.
It's called the Pluto platter.
Called the Pluto platter? Well, no, that's the Frisbee. But the picture of him there, he's wearing some bowl on top of his head.
It looks like an astronaut.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pluto platter.
Looks a little bit like Mattress Mac as well, Ben.
But
anyways, that's all I got.
How much money do you think he made?
Does it not say? I imagine
didn't see it.
It does not say. No, I don't know, but I imagine back then, if he was selling those things for the equivalent of $6 a pop, he probably made a cool penny. Few millies back in the day, probably. I don't know.
And what I always love the personal life stuff because there's.
I know where you're going.
It's always random.
I know
and
where
sad
you're going
and
with
tragic.
this.
They randomly just noted that in 1994, who Morrison had to have been above 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
He caused a fatal car accident and killing an 18-year-old girl and injuring 3 others. Why would I need to know that?
For the exact same reason that you need to know that he married his wife Lucy. They divorced, got remarried, and then divorced again after she died.
So they got married
right before she died. Sorry.
They got married in 1969, and then they ended after the second time in 1987.
No. They married and divorced in 1969, got remarried in 1971,
okay.
and then soon divorced again, and Lucille died in 1987.
Yeah, because like what always fascinates me about people like this is they create something that in our world is so simple, but they created it, so they probably made some money. And I think that's even like jokes in some movies where they create the character like, oh, he just needs something. Then why is he wealthy? And it's like, oh, he created the straw that bent.
Yeah, but I think
that
if you
kind of
invent
thing.
something like the Frisbee, especially early in your life, you're probably always chasing that red dragon, trying to find the next greatest thing,
Yeah.
and you never can, and you end up dying a
That's
poor,
what blows,
miserable life.
That's what blows my mind about the Woodlands. Is primarily that Woodlands was created because a guy redesigned a drill bit for oil drilling.
Sure.
And I'm like, and I always wondered because George Mitchell died probably like 20 years ago, I think. And I always wondered if someone talked to him, but like, what was that? Like, are you sure you're the only one that designed that? Because that's pretty complex.
Just the first.
But he was, and that's how he made his money, which is awesome to me. And then I wish I could, what would I create?
This is why I'm done with this episode.
No.
It's running long. We got to go.
No.
People are going to see an hour and 10 long episode going, I'm not.
Well, I mean, think about the slip and slide.
Yeah, maybe that's next week.
Because that's kind of wild to me. People just use trash bags. And then now it's like, oh, we just created one big tarp.
You did if your parents didn't have enough money to buy you the actual kind.
Well, no, I mean, there's...
Just use a trash bag, honey.
Well, you can, not a trash bag, but you can buy those tarps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just wet it.
Sure.
And then put some Dawn soap on that, baby, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You got a slip and slide, baby. But unlike me...
Right out front of your trailer. All right, buddy. Good to do this episode. I'm glad we were able to get it in early. Onesies, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this latest installment. Until next week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Onesies.